G'day, Michelle Vowitz here with my PowerSeries Beginner Bass Lessons number 3A for the absolute novice student. Now, the main job of a bass player is to set down a bed of rhythm and harmony for the other instruments to be able to sit on the top of, and it's very important that you keep very good time. My hot tip for this lesson is to be able to use what we call a metronome to practice with. Now, a metronome is a very simple clock type device which sets a very steady rhythm, and there are many different types of ones available commercially, either mechanical or electronic, and it's up to you to discern which one that you'd like. Usually the mechanical ones are a little bit more expensive than the electronic ones, but you can have a look at my lesson on metronomes as a separate thing. Now, it's worth to note that we haven't finished with exercise 3 as in set out in 2B, lesson 2B, and we're going to come back to that particular exercise in lesson 3B. Now, just for now, we're going to have a look at another example of a riff, and we're going to play this particular one in the key of B, an unusual key, but it's good to be able to play in this key. Now, the note B starts off on the A string, but on the 2nd fret, and we're going to use the 1st finger on that particular note. So we're going to 2 notes on the note B. We're going to go an octave up to the next note B, which is on the G string but on the 4th fret, and we're going to use the 3rd finger for this one. Then we're going to stay on the same string but use the 1st finger on the 2nd fret and finish the riff by playing 2 notes on the D string, 4th fret, but with the 3rd finger. So. This is a very common riff that that comes up in a lot of blues patterns, but we're not going to put this to a blues pattern this time around. We're going to change it to something a bit different. We're now going to go down to the G down here, and that's on the 3rd fret on the E string, and we're going to use the 1st finger for that one. So obviously we're changing the position from here to here. Very similar pattern to the B, but we're changing to the G position there. And then finally we're going to do that on the open E string, 2 notes on the open E, 2 notes on the D string but on the 2nd fret, but using the 3rd finger. Open D, then 1 note on the B, 2nd fret, and then so it goes on from there. Okay, so the whole patterns, let's have a look at it again. Great. So this pattern's in B, this pattern's in G, this pattern's in E, and this pattern goes back to the B. But the maiden key of this piece is actually starts in B major actually. So just reviewing some of the concepts that we are going through in this particular piece, this lesson, is number 1, getting used to trying to play with a metronome. One of the best and most valuable tools you can use to make sure you're playing in good time. And we're playing in the key of B, we're playing in the key of G, we're playing in the key of E, in the E position, and then back up to the B position. And the other thing that I wanted to get to was we're introducing the use of the 3rd finger in this particular lesson. Get used to using the 3rd finger, and if you're already used to using the 3rd finger, by all means get used to using your fourth finger. Very important that we use all our fingers when playing the bass. And the last thing that I wanted to review was the concept of an octave, which is basically the distance between one particular B and the next B, or the next one E and the next E. An octave is an interval which we use a real lot in bass and in music generally speaking. This is Michelle Vowitz in the land of Oz. Uru for now.